afternoon. Students, faculty, board of directors, and special guests, it is my pleasure to welcome to you to this very special ceremony today. It is truly a great day at STJ. The music you heard as you entered today was written by Junior David Yee. David, stand up. Where are you, David? And the segments you will watch all come from the iBook we created for our application for this award. With vision comes action. Our dreams have become reality. When we ask the question, if we are a college preparatory school, don't we need to embrace Apple technology? Within our tradition of excellence and innovation, clearly the answer was yes. The technology used for the music you heard as you were entering our Apple celebration is a wonderful example of students who are engaged in what they are learning. Engaged students are excellent learners, and students agree.
This technology is amazing. It makes what I want to do a lot easier, so I can get it out of my head and out into the real world. And this is a pre-college elective, so this thing is almost never offered in a high school setting like this, where I can go, and this product is Finale, which is what the professionals use. Like all the composers, this is the things that they use. And here it is sitting at our high school. This is amazing. And this is great because this gives me a leg up in the real world where I already know how to use this program to make whatever music I want. So when I want to go into the music industry, I already know how to do this, and it'll put me ahead.
Our technology initiative included the belief that technology would enhance, not replace, our extraordinary, rigorous curriculum. We want our students to be curious, lifelong learners. Opening doors for limitless possibilities was an important ingredient in our planning. The technology complements our curriculum in ways that lead to more student-directed learning, a greater degree of project collaboration, and even more aha moments for learners.
In the science lab, the iPads put the information right in the students' hands immediately, and they can research and pull information, and it's right there, and they can all see it at the same time. So I don't have students sitting and waiting on another group of students to respond or find the answer. They're all looking for it at the same time, so they're all really pretty actively engaged together at one time. The fifth graders are using a proscope, where it's it magnifies 50 times larger than what we see with our eye, and they're able to look at an object, and it syncs up to all the iPads in the classroom, so all the students see it on their iPad at the same time. The technology in the classroom, using the iPads with the students, there's a lot of excitement because they're just amazed at what they can see. And even using the microscope, a traditional microscope, you might have 2 or 3 kids looking at one time, and they love that. But when we use the iPad and then we magnify something with the proscope, it's like you can hear the whole classroom erupt in this wow, you know. So they're so excited to see something under magnification and be able to identify different objects and organisms.
We are blessed in Montgomery to have a mayor who cares about children. Mayor Todd Strange not only has been supportive of his grandchildren's activities here at STJ, but has been a great friend to the school. His vision for our community matches our vision for excellence at St. James School. He understands the importance of educating children for the future. I am proud to introduce you to a mayor who is vitally engaged in the city of Montgomery, but always takes time to be a wonderful grandparent. Please help me welcome Mayor Todd Strange.
Okay, y'all want to have a little fun? I want my grandkids to lead the charge now. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And when I say 1, 2, 3, I want you guys to ring out in appreciation and thank you for what Apple is doing for you today. Just call out the word Apple for our distinguished guest. You ready? You got the exercise? 1, 2, 3. Well, let's try that again, but this time only the boys. Only the boys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, you know girls have their time now. Okay, girls. 1, 2, 3. Don't you think the ladies won? Well, guys, let me just give yourself a hand. Now, guys, you have just learned a valuable lesson. I got one grandson, Jack Bird. Jack, you've just learned a wonderful lesson. Always let the ladies win. I have had the privilege of having this opportunity on one other occasion, and it was some 8 or 10 months ago, and the representatives of Apple who are with us today, they were astonished that I had a flip phone with me at that time. Well, I'm now to tell you that I've migrated, and I am a technological genius because I have the Apple iPhone. But I'm going to tell you I'm not a genius because we've had a little problem in that I've been getting all of my wife's emails and her texts. Now, that's been a really good thing to know what's going on, but she found out about it. So last night, we're all together. We're talking about this, and Emily Arrington says, "Let me have your phone." 12 seconds later, I don't get Linda's emails or texts anymore. That's what this technology is all about. It's all about not the old folks, it's about the new folks. It's about what our future is all about. There are only 2 industries right now over the last 5 to 7 years that have been growing in employment. That's technology and healthcare. And so to the extent that you now have the opportunity to use these tools to self-direct, to self-educate, it speaks volumes, because when we can have all of our schools in this community be designated by Apple, that then raises the bar for all of those that not only want to come in and participate with their kids in Montgomery, but also companies that come and look for those students that are ready to go into the workforce. So Melba, to you and your entire staff and all of your students who have worked so hard to do this, we thank you and we say congratulations. And to Apple, we say we're honored that you have chosen to designate this school. So God bless and thanks.
It just makes learning more fun because in math, for example, there's a game called Marble Math, and you get to flick the marbles, and it also helps with like adding, subtracting, division, multiplication.
Every area of our curriculum is enriched by technology. I would like to introduce freshman Emily Kent, a talented, award-winning artist who will share her art through technology with us. Teacher Evelyn Schultz, Alabama's Art Teacher of the Year for 2 consecutive years, will walk us through an art technology exercise.
Good afternoon. iPads and MacBooks have helped pave the way for a new way of teaching and learning. We are now not limited by the 4 walls of our classrooms, but we now have the ability to create and experience new things with the push of a mouse click or the swipe of a finger. From virtual museums, virtual field trips, FaceTime, video tutorials, and so much more, we're experiencing the world of learning in a whole new light. This incredible technology is not taking over our classrooms or replacing our traditional mediums, but enhancing them by allowing us to weave them into our established mediums and lessons. Just like all the instructors here, I'm constantly looking at new ways to use this technology to inspire and connect with our students, as well as maximizing our instruction time. Our students are able to research artists and art movements right from their iPad or MacBooks without having to leave the classroom. Behind me, you see Emily Kent sketching on her iPad. She's using Paper by 53, which is a wonderful sketching and drawing app made possible by Apple products. We use it in the classroom as a digital sketchbook, which has benefits of many techniques and mediums at her fingertips. Emily can easily sketch with a pencil, refine with a pen, paint with a watercolor brush, add detail with a marker or fountain pen, and even mix colors, custom colors for her artwork. Emily can easily print, email, or incorporate this piece into a traditional mixed media piece. These iPads and MacBooks have not only enhanced current classes, but opened up many new classes, two of which are Photography 2, which is a digital photography class, and Graphic Design. Photography 2 relies heavily on Apple's products and Photoshop in order to teach, edit, and create professional level results using professional level products. Our graphic design class uses our MacBooks in order to learn and create high quality digital artwork in a real world setting. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. St. James offers many new classes which just would not be possible without Apple. We fully embrace technology in the St. James Art Department. There's no way that we would ever be able to provide the same level of instruction without some of the techniques that this new technology brings to our classrooms and to the fingertips of our students. Our students can focus on learning, and we as instructors can focus on preparing them for what's next. Thank you.
One of the great things about technology is I can stay connected with my teachers. So if I'm confused about homework, I can email them and they'll email me right back and even send videos.
School is very different from when my parents were in school. When my parents were in school, they had just paper and pen, and they always had to go to the library and get their books and information from. And now all we have to do is swipe and go from place to place. We can all just look it up right there and then write it at the same time. We don't have to get in the car and go to the library and get stuff.
We are so honored today to have two Apple executives with us. They have guided us through our planning, research, school visits, and graciously extended 2 invitations for our team to visit their headquarters. Account Executive Mark Williams is a former teacher and has served as our Alabama contact. Adair Caperton is also a former teacher and has worked at Apple for around 25 years and is the Education Development Executive. Both Mr. Williams and Ms. Caperton have traveled to be with us today, and we are so appreciative of their ability to understand education and to answer our multiple questions. It is my pleasure to welcome and introduce Mr. Mark Williams, following him, Ms. Adair Caperton. Joining them for the banner presentation will be students Abigail Greenberg, William Fritz, Rachel Rice, and Brian Kang. Mr. Williams.
You know, it's very nice to hear everybody say, thank you, Apple, for what you've done, but we didn't do the hard work. You guys did the hard work. You're the ones that made everything possible inside St. James, and we are appreciative of that. People ask me, what does educational recognition program or the distinguished school program mean? And I think the best way to encapsulate it is to say it's like winning the state championship in technology. So congratulations for winning the state championship. In 2000, in 2010, I started having discussions with Miss Richardson, and at that time, I think the only person that could foresee this day was Miss Richardson. And her drive and commitment to changing the way teaching and learning take place in this school has been revolutionary and evolutionary. And I doubt if there would be many who would say we want to go back to the old ways, because the new ways, like we've seen students say, is much more engaging and certainly much more challenging. So on behalf of my part of Apple, I want to say congratulations. And again, this is not something that should be taken lightly. This is a major achievement, and it was done by everybody in this room. And with that, I'd like to introduce Adair, who will take the award ceremony a little bit further.
Hello, St. James School. We are so proud of you guys, and I'm going to show us a few slides in just a moment, but I want to make sure that you know that we are very proud of students. We're very proud of your teachers who were an instrumental part of making this success happen, and very proud and honored to be counted among friends with your leadership. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about Apple's Education Recognition Program, and I'll start with this first slide. And as you see, there's two types of recognitions. One is an Apple Distinguished Program, and one is an Apple Distinguished School. St. James has been named as an Apple Distinguished School, and this includes schools that are K-20, that means K-12 schools as well as universities and colleges, and that would be public schools as well as private schools. And these are schools that have technology, Apple technology, in the hands of students and teachers 24/7. This is a real honor, as Mark said, and I want you to know the honor in this way. There are fewer than 200 Apple Distinguished Schools in the United States. So St. James, congratulations for this number. I think that deserves a round of applause. And you'll see that the tenure for this is, you will be in this category of an Apple Distinguished School. We started the process with your application in 2013, and this goes through 2015. Remember, these 200 schools and programs include K-12, public and private, and universities. So that makes that number 200 even more remarkable. Now, people ask us, well, how do you choose a school? How did we decide that St. James was worthy of this honor? Well, teachers will know this word. We use a rubric. And the rubric has 5 parts that we judge the application on. And there are 5 best practices for Apple Distinguished Schools and programs, and they start with number 1, visionary leadership. And certainly your school board, Melba Richardson and her whole leadership team have done remarkable things with starting with a vision and turning that into a reality. Secondly, innovative learning and teaching. Your teachers deserve a round of applause because they changed the way they were teaching with technology. Thank you, teachers. You're awesome. Third, ongoing professional learning. When you've got technology in the hands of every kid and all teachers, things change all the time, so professional learning, teachers have to learn as new things change. So ongoing professional learning is happening at this school. Fourth, compelling evidence of success. If you have not had a chance yet to see the iBook that was created as the application, take a look at section 4 that talks about the successes that you all have realized as a result of what teachers are doing, of what leadership is doing, and what students are doing. And last, flexible learning environments. The day of the teacher at the front of the room being the person that knows everything is gone. Today, teachers are learners and learners are teachers, and that is certainly happening in this school. So finally, I want to say congratulations, St. James School. Of the many schools that I work with that are true Apple Distinguished Schools, St. James School, you are at the top of that list. Congratulations. Okay. I'd like to ask Melba Richardson, Head of School, and Board Chair Billy Livings to come forward for the plaque presentation. And if you want to join me back here. I'm going to read the plaque so that you guys can hear what was recognized, and I'm trying not to cover up anybody. St. James School, recognized as an Apple Distinguished School for Innovation, Leadership, and Educational Excellence, 2013 through 2015. And it's signed by Stephanie Carrillo, who's our Senior Vice President of Education at Apple. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. I'll let you two hold that. There's some photo ops. Okay. And now I'd like to ask our student banner team to come forward. As you can see, you guys are going to have an Apple Distinguished School banner to display in a place of prominence in your school. And any visitors who come into the front entrance will see this. And again, congratulations, St. James School. Why don't you guys go and display it on our place on the wall. Thank you again, everybody.
On behalf of St. James School, we thank you, Apple, for this award to be an Apple Distinguished School. What an honor, and we are thrilled. A vital part of our technology success has been our amazing tech team. Please stand when I introduce you because without your teamwork and efforts, we wouldn't be here today. Our IT coordinator is Lee Copeland, who is managing the screen today. Deborah Otis is our education technology specialist, and she's also kind of a teacher of the teachers as well as helping everybody in the school. Tina Wagner is our elementary technology teacher. Martha Cavanaugh is our middle school technology teacher, and David Long is our high school technology teacher. And I would be remiss if I did not welcome back to St. James Mr. Jason Bostic. Mr. Bostic was a part of our original tech team, and we are glad he is back to share this moment with us. We can always dream big dreams, but unless our board of directors supports our efforts with our dreams, our success would be minimal. I am grateful to our St. James Board of Directors. Many of them are here today, and we are so happy to have them here. It is my honor to present on behalf of the board our board chair, Mr. Billy Livings. Mr. Livings has guided us through our plans for technology success. His extraordinary leadership has been encouraging and supportive of our efforts. It's my pleasure to welcome our St. James Board Chair, Mr. Billy Livings.
Thank you, Ms. Melba. Appreciate the opportunity to address you here today. On behalf of the entire St. James Board of Directors, Melba, we want to say how remarkably proud we are of you and your leadership and your vision regarding the technology initiative and earning this awesome distinction for us. We do have a bunch of board members here. Could I ask y'all to stand real quickly? We have a fantastic and very active board here at St. James. We had the easy part. We just had to approve the budget. But the hard part was, as has been said, was with the faculty and staff. And we want to say how much as a board we appreciate the extra work that we know went into this initiative. We know there was a lot of training, a lot of researching to make this happen. The other day I read about a group of software programming engineers who were having a meeting to discuss a problem, and they were using a bunch of jargon and technical terms. One programmer sprung a new term on his colleagues as he was diagnosing the problem, and he said this problem stemmed from a nonlinear waterfowl issue. Well, no one in that room knew what that meant, and no one wanted to admit that they didn't know, but finally somebody said, hey, exactly what is a nonlinear waterfowl issue? Well, he smiled and said, well, that means that you didn't have your ducks in a row. Thank y'all for laughing at that. I ran this by my daughters this morning, and they said, nuh-uh. But thanks for that. Well, that certainly wasn't our problem. We had our ducks in a row, thanks to Melba and her faculty and staff. And due to the work that y'all put into it, that is why we had such a successful and effective rollout and implementation of our technology initiative. This is a significant milestone that we've achieved as a school, and is an important day in our school's history. The students, not only are you getting the best college preparatory education around, you're doing so in a way with technology that's going to ensure your success in the future in college and in your careers. So again, on behalf of the entire board, Melba, thank you very much. Thanks, faculty and staff and the technology team. Awesome job.
In addition to our board of directors, we also have a couple of members from our alumni advisory board here today, and we're so glad to have them here. Also, members of our leadership team have been instrumental in our planning. These team members traveled to Cupertino with 2 of our board members. Would our Cupertino team, if you either went on the first trip or the second trip, would you please stand at this time, part of the initial team and the second team? Thank you so much. It's your efforts that have helped lead us to this point today. And our amazing faculty, as has been commented on already, there is no way to describe how you've embraced our efforts to serve as the catalyst for inspiring our students. So thank you, faculty, for the teaching excellence you always exhibit in your classrooms daily. You are the best. And students, your enthusiasm in accepting the challenges we have placed before you creates energy for us all. As you can see in this short amount of time, we are making a difference in the lives of our students to ensure their futures. We are so glad that we welcomed Apple technology into our world at St. James School. Thanks to Apple and the hard work of our entire STJ community, learning is as it should be at this extraordinary school. We have truly set the standard for schools across the state. Technology is helping us secure a bright future for St. James and continued current and future success for all of our St. James students.
We love our iMac Lab.
Ich liebe mein MacBook Air.
Eu amo meu iPad.
I love my iPad Touch.
나는 내 MacBook Air을 사랑해요.
I love my MacBook.
We love Apple. We are St. James School.
And students, you know I have to hear you say just a couple of things, and you know what that is. Today is a great day at STJ, and what else? We are St. James School. Thank you.